This is Mary of Alaska Stories.
And this is Mike. In this edition, we're looking at the Matanuska coalfields story. Coal drove Alaska's history. In 1786, British trader Nathaniel Portlock first discovered coal in Alaska at a location named Coal Cove. That area is now Port Graham on the Kenai Peninsula. In 1855, the first commercial coal mine in Alaska was opened by the Russian-American Company near Port Graham.
Around the 1900s, the U.S. government and, as a result, some financiers became interested in the Matanuska coalfields.
Because of the rich, high-quality coal deposits in the Matanuska fields, the Alaska rail system was developed. In 1914, President Woodrow Wilson and the U.S. Congress passed the Alaska Railroad Act, authorizing construction of the Alaska Railroad to pass through the Matanuska, Little Susitna, Broad Pass, and Nenana coal fields. Coal was needed for U.S. battleships and for the Alaska Railroad.
In 1916, the first load of coal arrived in Anchorage. From its tent city days and up through the early years of Anchorage, coal was a major source for heating.
In 1917, Evan Jones arrived in Anchorage. He then became the superintendent of the Doherty coal mine on Moose Creek. Later, Jones was superintendent of the Eska and Chickaloon coal mines owned by the Alaska Railroad. In 1920, Jones teamed up with Anchorage pioneers Z.J. Lusack, Oscar Anderson, a hotel operator named Mr. Collins, a dentist named Mr. Blythe, and Dr. Boyle. The group leased 2,240 acres on the slope of Wishbone Hill off the banks of the Matanuska River just north of Palmer, Alaska.
To accommodate the workers and their families, the tiny community of Jonesville was established. The town included houses, a school, and a hospital. At one time, the Evan Jones mine was the largest coal mine in Alaska. It was also a major supplier of coal for Anchorage and the Alaska Railroad.
In November 1922, then Fire Chief J. W. Green and Thomas Bevers were sent to fight a fire that had broken out in the Evan Jones coal mine. Green and Bevers took Anchorage's brand-new LaFrance pumping truck to the fire. On site, they began pumping water from a nearby lake. They sprayed as much as 1,200 gallons of water per minute into the coal mine. The two ran the pumper for 300 hours with only one break for maintenance. When it was over, Green and Bevers had a world record for continuous pumping. The fire was extinguished and the mine was reopened.
The Evan Jones coal mine produced around 5.5 million metric tons of high-quality coal from 1920 into the 1960s. The mine supplied coal to Anchorage, neighboring Fort Richardson Army Base, and Elmendorf Air Force Base.
Mary, did you know this? First of all, Palmer was just 40 miles south of the Evan Jones coal mine. But did you know that on July 6, 1917, when the Palmer post office was first opened, it wasn't called Palmer, Alaska? At that time, the small community was called Wharton, Alaska. That's W-A-R-T-E-N, Wharton, Alaska.
Have you ever filled up a bucket from a coal bin? Mike's family spent time on a farm near Wasilla, Alaska, and it was young Mike's job to fetch coal for a stove.
That's right, Mary. Now, did you enjoy this edition of Alaska Stories? Until next time, Mike and Mary, Alaska Stories.